Eddie, when you are, it's going.
All right, guys, welcome. Today, we're going to be talking about my High Country Premium 63 from Free Spirit Recreation, also known as FSR. So, I love this thing. I originally got it with our Escapade. That's how I came across this company, as it was the rooftop tent that they offered. It was mounted on top, but then I wanted to mount it to my truck so I could fit the Escapade in the garage without having to constantly take it on and off. So to quickly talk about it, this thing has room for days. I have a family of 5, and I would imagine that probably all, or at least 4 of us could sleep up here relatively comfortable. But today what I wanted to talk about are just kind of like the 5 things that I don't necessarily like about the tent. It's not a deal breaker to me. I just wanted to make you guys aware of it. From its price point, this has been a phenomenal, true 4-season tent that I am very, very happy with. But we are going to talk about 5 things that I necessarily don't like about this tent. So we're going to start with number 1. And number 1 here is in the entryway. So if you'll notice here, I'm going to undo it. So as this comes down, you know, you got these straps to secure it as you roll it up. Well, the challenge with that is that when you roll it up, you're also sharing this loop system with this bug screen. So when you roll the bug screen up, you're having to constantly work through 2 different ways of getting this strapped up. And yeah, you know, that's pretty pet peevish. But it does kind of create a little bit of a challenge at times, especially if you're in the cold, which we're here in Colorado in January camping, so it is cold. But, you know, maybe a little bit of a better design. Kind of sticking with that. So that's number 1. Number 2 is the zippers. So the zippers are really heavy duty. But as you come up here to the front, as you can see, it's got like this little curve as it comes around. It is extremely difficult at times because there's a double zipper system here for the bug screen. It does make it a little bit challenging to get this zipper here towards the front. Once again, not a huge deal breaker, but it is something that you're going to have to work through. What I did was I did put a little bit of paraffin wax on the zipper itself. Just to try to hopefully make it a little bit smoother. But it does at nighttime, it does kind of create a little bit of an issue, you know, when your kid's like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom, or, you know, you got to get up and go to the bathroom, and, you know, you don't want to necessarily do your thing in a bottle in front of your children. So, you know, you come outside to do it. So that would be number 2. Number 3, let me roll this up. All right, so number 3, you want to try to come up here. You can see this out of the way. But on these little side panels, so these side panels just unzip and then they zip right back up. The issue is, though, is there's no way to really kind of secure them. So they just kind of flap here. Now, yes, I can sit here and roll this up like this and get it all nice and tight, right? Kind of tuck it down in there. But maybe just a way to secure that. There is material down here to where you could easily fit a loop that then you could put a little strap from the outside here, maybe on the actual material itself, and strap it in, and then it's out of the way. So once again, it's like that on all 3 sides. You know, pretty minimal. I can easily fold it under, but for the price of this tent, you know, I just thought maybe they might have a good way of securing it. So that was number 3. Number 4, unfortunately, is the mattress. So it's got a double layer system here. I don't know if you can see it. Right, so this is the actual mattress that you sleep on. It's about 1.5 inches thick.
I'm surprised it's that thick.
I am too. For the price point, I'm actually kind of, I guess, a little shocked, to be honest. You know, when you get into Mike's Tepui, let me tell you, that's like a 3-inch mattress, and it is extremely comfortable. This is not to say that this isn't comfortable. It's a little bit stiffer actually a lot stiffer. And I just, for the price point, I wish it had a thicker mattress. Okay, so I already talked about the 4 things up to this point. Now let's get to number 5. So while this LED strip that FSR provides for this specific model, there is one downside to it. Actually, there's 2 downsides to it. Number 1, you got to provide your own power source, right? So for the price point, it actually would be beneficial if FSR maybe provided a small little power pack that you could charge up at the house and then bring out here, because this is just a USB that could simply plug in, and then you have your LEDs for your trip. But if you notice here, right, it's Velcroed in all the way, and look how long this cable is. Now, I'm sure that the reason why it's this short is because the theory is you just put it in a power pack and insert it in here. But let's say you don't have a power pack. Let's say you have a Goal 0200X or a Jackery 240, and you want to use that to power this thing while also powering other devices like your phone, tablet, laptop, whatever. That ain't going to reach, right? So then you got to undo it, and you're going to have to make sure that your power system is on this corner. Is that a big deal? No. But now you have this kind of dangling in the way as you're sleeping. It potentially could be hitting you in the head, whatever. So I just think from an overall design standpoint, if they could actually make this cable longer, and or provide an actual power pack for it, for the price point of this tent, I just think that would be spot on. So, all in all, I love this tent. As you can see, it has room for days. You know, this is the 63, so it is longer. So 63 inches wide. I believe it's 90 or 91 inches long. Usually, typically, me and 2 kids are up here, while my wife and 1 other kid sleeps inside the cab. But I do love this. It's extremely easy to set up. It is a true 4-season tent. Like I said, I've camped in this thing. This will be the 4th time, I think, in it. Yeah, fourth time out camping in it in the winter here in Colorado in the mountains. We're currently sitting at almost 9,000 feet in elevation. It's, what is it, 31 degrees right now. When that sun drops, it's going to get real cold, right? And this has done a fantastic job, especially when I just pair it with my 20-degree Nemo bag. And then for our kids, I do, when they're up here, I do give them a sleeping bag insert, just to add just that extra little layer. But yeah, room for days. Really love it. Really love some of the fine details that FSR has put into this tent, especially the boot bags, and just, it's extremely easy to set up and tear down. But yeah, if you have any comments, anything that you would like to add, or any questions or comments, please drop them down below in the comment section, and we'll be sure to get back to you. All right, out here.